everyone, and welcome to About Town. I'm Susan Stevens.
And I'm Kathy Whiteman. We're continuing our celebration of ICTN's 40th anniversary this week by introducing new segments we think you'll love.
We've got the same great content packaged with a brand new look. So stay tuned and let us know if you like what you see.
So we'd love to hear your feedback. Tell us about events going on around the community, interesting people we should profile, stories you'd like to see, or feedback about the show.
You can email us at ictn@cityofirving.org or connect with us on social media. So please subscribe to our YouTube channel, like us on Facebook, and follow us on Twitter. We'd love to hear from you.
If you're a fan of desserts, and who isn't, then this next story is for you. Here's our visit to the Irving Bakery.
Brown butter is the key ingredient to one of the most popular cookies served at the Irving Bakery.
We make that a day in advance. You have to brown the butter, and the milk fats in the butter, they caramelize, and the sugars, they caramelize. It makes it browner, so it's a bitter taste, but it's also sweet at the same time. And so you have a bitter-sweet combination.
Bittersweet cocoa chips are then poured into the batter and then mixed in before rounded pieces are placed on the tray and put in the oven. The brown butter chocolate chip cookies are just one of the many desserts served here.
A lot of cookies. Those are probably most popular item is the cookies. We have a regular chocolate chip cookie, an M&M cookie, the Snickerdoodle peanut butter cookie, then brownies we just added to the menu. Those are, we have walnuts and then just plain brownies. We have a circus animal cheesecake. It's just like a regular flavor cheesecake, but it's a circus animal decorated that came from a custom order. And then we have cake pops. Right now we have an Italian cream cake pop, strawberry cake pop, and a chocolate cake pop. We have a salted caramel macaroon and then a strawberry macaroon. Those are both gluten-free. And then we have a gluten-free cannoli cupcake and then a regular, it's Italian cream cupcake.
The Irving Bakery can accommodate to dietary restrictions such as gluten-free, vegan, and sugar-free through custom orders placed 3 to 5 days ahead. Owner Thomas Sullivan says his new shop is actually a pandemic success story.
I'm originally from New York. I moved to Texas and Houston in 2015. I moved to Dallas in 2018. I was working for a company. It was a travel position, and so then the pandemic happened, and so I got laid off during that time. And I was baking at home, and I was just selling my baked goods at home, and it started taking off and getting a lot of orders. And so our whole kitchen was full of baked goods, and equipment and stuff like that. And so we were looking to open up a location. Thought this was a perfect place. It was a perfect time. The pandemic just started getting over with, kind of, and so everything was starting to open up. And so I think it was just perfect timing.
Leading Thomas to turn his love of baking into a career.
It's fun. For me, it's easy, but I know that a lot of people it's not easy, and so it's great to help people that can't bake. And then one of the products that we actually do have, we have a shelf-stable cookie mix that you can take with you and bake at home.
Thomas encourages the community to come out and try his fresh, high-quality baked goods at the Irving Bakery. For About Town, this is Susan Stevens.
The Irving Bakery is located at 925 West John Carpenter Freeway, Suite 104. Visit them online at theirvingbakery.com.
Here's another news segment, this one highlighting local bands. We call it Sound Bites. Check it out.
Our Starlight Blues concert here at our main stage 222 location, and we are doing that in collaboration with the Trinity River Blues Society.
We're the official blues society for all of North Texas. We formed to preserve the blues, to keep it alive.
If I keep on winning, I'll be rich one day, baby. But there's a whole lot of people like to see me down. Yeah, there's a whole lot of people like to see me down. But when the deed is done, I won't be around.
We were doing a Bluesy Tuesday series, and that ended, and we've been doing this now for about 7 to 8 years. We're fairly new, but we've done a lot.
They were needing a place to perform, or to do their shows, and we were needing to expand our stuff, and so we're collaborating with them, and we're looking forward to future collaborations.
We just wanted to have a series, you know, to start up the series, and especially going into 2022.
We jumped into this and we didn't know bands and that side of the business, and so we're all learning together, and it's working out quite well.
We just hooked up and put this whole series together, and we want to do more shows here. We want to do some acoustic stuff and more live shows. You know, we're learning as we go, and they are too.
Our headliner is Sean Pittman, and we've had a couple of other bands before him.
But now my baby told me that about a thing. Need $1 million to give my phone a ring. Whoa, what's the lie you baby? If I keep on winning, I'll be rich one day, baby.
We're hoping to, get more shows going so we can help support the musicians and get them back to work and, just keep them working. Well, I hope that we can start maybe having a festival here. And we're trying to keep it alive for our young people too, so they'll know about it, so it doesn't die.
We're just looking to expand, getting the word out that we're a location for bands to perform, and not just blues.
Thank you.
To keep up with everything that's going on at Mainstage 222, visit them online at mainstageirving.org/mainstage-222 and visit TrinityRiverBlues.com to learn more about the Trinity River Blues Society.
In this week's Feature Flicks, Susan talks with the stars of the new indie film Hard Luck Love Song.
Hello?
That you, Cottontail?
Maybe.
You want to come over and have a drink?
You gonna put a little money on this?
I don't don't not gamble.
We got the house rules on the board over here. It's best 2 out of 3. But keep the action moving, okay?
Stay safe out there.
Looks like you fixing to run.
Nah, man, you got me all wrong.
ID. That's a Blockbuster card.
I don't like getting hustled and things that I don't like.
Well, in the film, we see that Jesse has a cast, clearly has broken his arm. And Michael, I saw in another interview how you mentioned one of the meanings of this film to you was how fracture allows you the time to figure out what's important and helps you find your truth. I was wondering if there was a time for you two where either during this pandemic or maybe during an injury, you were forced to stop and discover the truth about yourself.
Wow.
Yeah, that's a great question. Obviously, the pandemic made all of us pause. And I still think that if you are able to take moments to pause, you get to sort of re-navigate what it is that you want to do moving forward, sort of maybe address a few things that aren't working, start to lean into the things that are. And I think that comes with maturity as well. But there's been many a time in my personal life where I've been forced to pause. Most of the time it allows me to look at the truth, and sometimes it's a lot more confronting than others. But definitely any moment of pause will force you to sort of look at what's happening.
Yeah. Sophia?
Yeah, I completely agree with what Michael said. I think that that's part of the human condition. And I think that in terms of our film and in terms of the ways that most people have at times in their life been forced to pause, the specific is interestingly universal. The circumstances might be unique to each of us, but the experience is familiar to each of us as well.
Yeah.
And I think that was part of what drew us to this film, was the fact that this is a very specific moment in these people's lives, but you can relate to it in a way. Two fractured people looking to put themselves back together and realizing that the other might be part of that puzzle.
Yeah. Yeah. And something I really liked about Jesse's character is how he would hug everybody, even strangers. Because at times you didn't even know where the film was going. You'd get a little nervous, and it was very disarming to the audience, besides obviously the characters. And I was wondering for you guys, when you meet someone new, what's something that they could say or do that would put you at ease right away with them?
Being open always makes me feel at ease. Which is what I felt when I first met Sophia. I looked across at a friend that was just like, "Hey, human, here I am. This is me." There was no mask facade. It was just like, "Hey, this is me. I'm ready." And I find that really comforting.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think as a person who experiences quite a bit of social anxiety, the energy I'm met with really affects me.
Yeah.
And I know that's true for a lot of people, especially post the first wave of the pandemic. And I think when you can meet people in that way, saying, "Hey, I'm here.
Mm-hmm.
How can I support you?" That is such a different thing than being met with an energy of someone who wants something from you, doesn't care about the experience you are having in the moment. So I really do try to make a concerted effort when I venture out to meet people in supportive ways rather than what's the word I'm looking for, rather than a way that feels like a taking.
Right. And I have to ask really quick, I just thought the scene with the cop was so funny when he had to ask for the ID and he pulled out the Blockbuster card, but also we saw that he had, Jesse kept an old photo of Carla and him. And I'm wondering what's something that you guys keep either in your purse or wallet that's either sentimental or old that you like to keep.
Ooh. Do you keep
either one of you?
I have photos.
Photos?
You keep physical photos in your wallet?
Yeah.
You cute, sentimental friend. I just love that about you. I'm laughing because I'm like, Yeah, no, I get that. I'm just, I think maybe one of the conditions of being a gal who changes purses often, I barely have a wallet. I rubber band my credit cards together and throw them in my bag. So I'm not one for carrying something on me, but I mean, I'm a deeply.
I have mine behind
person.
my phone in the case, in between the case and the phone.
Smart.
That is smart.
Yeah.
Smart.
I like that.
Photos. Yeah.
Yeah, I keep a lot. I just keep things in bins in my home.
Yeah.
Organized.
Organized chaos, let's be honest.
I've been trying to track her down for over a year. She's important to me, man.
So you're still playing music?
Yeah, still banging away. It's been really good to me.
Okay, that's amazing.
You gotta take good care of her.
Hey there, lonely girl. Have I got a lonely boy for
You are so talented. It's always just a matter of you pull it together. Once again, you have no idea what you are talking about.
You don't remember? Stop!
Hard Luck Love Song is playing in select theaters. For more of Susan's reviews and celebrity interviews, you can check her out online at thischicksflix.com. David Lamberti is our featured chef this week in the new segment, What's Cooking, Irving?
Hi, I'm David Lamberti, owner of Lamberti's Ristorante and Wine Bar in Las Colinas, Irving, Texas. And today I'm going to cook for you one of our signature dishes, our Uncle Antonio. Top sirloin, nice cut of meat with the top fat on, just like I said. What we take is kosher salt and we generously salt it. So no oil, nothing else, no pepper, just super generous with the kosher salt to make sure you get every aspect of the steak, even the ends, because that's going to all get cut up and eaten, of course. The garnish on this, or the side, if you will, is super simple. It's actually onions that we pickled in lemon juice and kosher salt and oregano only, and then also the same thing with fresh cut tomatoes. So that will be mixed together in just the side garnish. So I'm going to take you to the grill. First step is, once again, on the hottest part of the grill. Here we go with that herb wand like I was telling you. Just give it a little bit of that extra flavor. It's funny, you wouldn't think to do this, but whenever you grill, if you use fresh herbs with a little bit of oil in it, it makes all the difference. 8 or 9 minutes of flipping it and turning it on the grill and basting it. You get where you want. Okay, so now we have the steak here. We're ready to start cutting. This is actually a Black Angus culotte, is the cut of the top sirloin. So what we like to do is to cut it a little bit on the bias like this. So we'll open that up just a little bit. You can see it's kind of perfect medium rare in there. Show the cook on it. Now for some of the important parts. Once again, coming back with that herb wand, I like to give it a little bit of that just to give the flavor on it. And then I'll pull out some of the herbs just as the garnish on top of the steak. Just give it a little there. We also want to make sure that we get, once again, plenty of salt. You can never underestimate salt and the importance to the dish. These are the onions again that I discussed with the lemon juice. You wouldn't think that you would need that, but it will help cut right through that steak and make it super fresh. And then we have the tomatoes that are also done in the same way. We marinate them separately because sometimes the onions can get a little too strong for the tomatoes. Our gusto sauce, so a lot of times people will get that on the side. The gusto sauce is basically a garlic aioli and chimichurri mixed together. And there you are, that's the Uncle Antonio.
Visit Lamberti's Ristorante and Wine Bar at 7701 North MacArthur Boulevard or online at lambertiristorante.com. The Irving Arts Center presents a retrospective of the work of local art legend Bob Nunn in the main gallery through November 13th. Here's a look at the work of this internationally renowned artist and teacher and a list of excellent ways to spend your leisure time about town. And here are a couple of other excellent ways to spend your time happening about town. The Irving Archives and Museum continues their exhibit, ICTN at 40, a look at ICTN programming and innovation over the years. You can catch the exhibit through October 30th.
And the Irving Symphony Orchestra presents Star Wars Through the Years on Saturday, October 23rd at 7:30 p.m. in Carpenter Hall. For tickets, call 972-252-ARTS. And that wraps up this edition of About Town. Thanks for joining us.
Please be sure to tune in next time for a look at Halloween highlights from around the community.
We'll also check out the Women's Health Expo and bring you another new About Town feature.
We'll leave you tonight with another look at music from Soundbites. For About Town, I'm Kathy Whiteman.
And I'm Susan Stevens. Have a great evening.